What is going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with my Browns Steelers Week 6 game preview as our 1-4 Cleveland Browns are back in the States after that heartbreaking loss to the Vikings in London. You know, the game where they were leading for most of the game, believe it or not. And then at the very end, they let the Vikings, led by Carson freaking Wentz of all people, drive on down the field and beat them down. You got walked down the field by Carson freaking Wentz. That's a failure on both the offense because, again, the offense had a chance to put the dagger in the Vikings and they couldn't do it. That last drive lasted a whole 11 seconds. And then the defense had a chance to do it themselves and they just couldn't get it done. So I know damn well that plane ride home was quiet as a church on Sunday. I just know it was. Because those guys know they let one slip away. And now, this week, as they say, no rest for the weary, as they get to head to the House of Horrors, Acrisure Stadium, formerly known as Heinz Field, to face off against Aaron Rodgers and the 3-2 AFC North leading Pittsburgh Steelers, who are, of course, coming off their bye week after they beat the Vikings in Dublin 2 weeks ago. So, this should be fun. Before I get into the preview part, I do have some somewhat exciting news to talk about. As Dylan Gabriel, fresh off his first career start, was nominated for Rookie of the Week. He went 19 of 33, 190 yards, 2 touchdowns. Not too shabby. He didn't look overwhelmed or anything, right? Believe it or not, I saw someone on freaking Twitter call him Timu Tua, and now I can't unhear that. I can't wait to say it's Timu Tua time. If you think about it, right? There's so many similarities. They're both Hawaiian, they're both lefties, and they both kind of did spend a lot of time in college. Thing is, at least with Dylan so far, his brain isn't melted jello. I mean, I don't need that. Okay? I need Dylan Gabriel to keep his brain regular consistency, right? I don't need his brain to be literal mush. Because you look at Tua, he's one more concussion away from calling it quits. That's a sad situation over there. But yeah, so Dylan Gabriel, Rookie of the Week. See what happens. Now, of course, getting into the series history, I already know Pittsburgh has dominated this series over the years, but I will say the Browns have made it actually interesting the last couple of years. It seems like, other than the few years where they've swept us, the Browns have split every other year with these guys, mostly winning at home. Because, of course, the Browns can't win in Pittsburgh. They haven't won in Pittsburgh in the regular season since 2003. Now, there was a long time where you could look at the schedule and just automatically put up an L or 2 L's to the Steelers. But lately, the Browns have definitely been putting up fights, especially in Pittsburgh, too. You know, one of these days, the Browns are going to beat Pittsburgh in the regular season. Just don't know when that'll be. Could it be this year? Oh, that would be hilarious. But let's be honest. They're going to find some dumb way to lose this game. Because that's what they do. I said it in my stream on Sunday morning. I was like, they're going to find some stupid way to lose this game. And they get walked down the field by Carson Wentz. By the way, had, what, 2/5 of his starting offensive line out there by the end of that game? I'm not sure if Derisar actually came out for any time, but come on, man. Miles Garrett and company had a chance to essentially put the dagger in the Vikings. They had a chance to bury them. Nope, couldn't do it. Couldn't freaking do it. Pissed me off. And I know it pissed them off too, because like I said, they let one slip through their fingers. They had it. They freaking had it. Of course, last year, the Browns and Steelers split the two games. Cleveland, of course, won the Snow Globe game in Cleveland on Thursday night. And the Steelers got their revenge 2 weeks later in Pittsburgh. So that was during the whole Jameis run, right? Where the offense was fun to watch, but my God, it was agitating at times because that dude would throw an interception after every good play. It'd be like, oh, wow, he made a big play and there's an interception. Like, oh, he threw a touchdown and there's an interception right after. He would always follow up a good play with a boneheaded play, mostly an interception. That's just the way he was, right? But yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. Now, getting into my keys to victory. Simple. One, don't turn the ball over. Two, play complementary football, right? That means defense sets the table for the offense, and the offense takes advantage of any turnovers and turns those into points. I mean, we got another, what, 2 turnovers last week against the Vikings? 2 fumbles? Turned one of them into points. So starting to get turnovers. Just need to be more consistent with that. But play complementary football, help each other out, right? I always like to think of these games as like a 6-man tag match, right? Offense, defense, and special teams. Most of the times with the Browns lately, it's been a handicap match, right? And it's mainly just been mostly a 3-on-2, sometimes even a 3-on-1. But yeah, we need it to be a full 3-on-3 this time around, okay? You could even say a 4-on-4 if you include coaching. Even. We got Kevin Stefanski versus Mike Tomlin. I will say though, the Browns rookies have looked fantastic. I think I've said before, I don't really care how this season goes as long as our rookies look good. And for the most part, they have looked great. I needed to keep going. Because this honestly might be Andrew Berry's best draft class, maybe ever. Maybe ever. But we'll see. And of course, yeah, no dumb mistakes, right? You can't do that against the Steelers, especially in Pittsburgh. You know how it goes, right? We'll be driving down the field. Oh, turnover. They go right on down the field the other way, score a touchdown. Stuff like that always turns the game on its freaking face, on its head. What really scares me? Our left tackle position. Now, TJ Watt usually comes off the right side, but he has to face Jack Conklin, who actually was good in his return. But it's the left tackle side because you got either Cam Robinson, who is all right, not great, but he's serviceable, or you got KT Leviston. Yeah, not a good situation. Now, getting into my player to watch, it's pretty obvious. It's got to be Myles Garrett. Whenever Myles faces the Steelers, he either always has a big game or he just goes MIA. I need him to have another big game. Because, yeah, the Vikings held him and the pass rush in check last week. They knew exactly how to counter it. Quick passes, and take advantage of the aggressiveness. They used our own aggressiveness against us. Best part is, we got Aaron Rodgers at quarterback that we're going up against. Obviously, he's not mobile, but just like Carson, he's going to try and get that ball out quick. So, Greg Newsome, How about instead of you trying to figure out a new dance for your routine, how about you actually focus on playing ball? Right? Because they ain't going to go after Denzel. Denzel's got his side handle. It's your bum ass boy out here dancing. I swear to God, if Aaron Rodgers overthrows a receiver by like 10 yards and I see number 0 doing some stupid ass dance, I'm literally getting closer and closer to just saying, trade his ass. Get him out of here. The whole dancing thing when you're looking like this, stupid. Again, it would be so Greg Newsome for him to do that stupid dance that he always does, and then in the very next play, get absolutely barbecued for a big time play. Because that's exactly what would happen, right? You got Denzel locking his side down. Miles Harden isn't bad. Wish we still would have had MJ, but of course he's hurt. Classic. Everybody in that defense in the secondary is mostly serious except for him. At least, I mean, they do a little, handshake, little. You got Denzel doing his little but he only does that after he makes a big play, which he's known for doing that stuff. I'm not gonna yell at Denzel because he actually makes big plays. It's Greg do, other than get cooked. Stupid. I understand, Jim Schwartz wants him to have a little personality, show a little bit of swag, but you know. I wouldn't even be mad if Greg Newsome did the seatbelt, lock him down. No, yeah, whatever this little point dance is. Dude, again. Again. No. Oh yeah, man. He's getting on my nerves with that dancing crap. Mind too much if he was actually making plays. Right? Like if he got an interception, my dude, I don't even care if he got a pick. If he gets a pick, have a whole ass dance recital. I don't care. Like if you make a big play to win a game, dance your ass off. I don't even care if you get on all fours and twerk. just stop it when the game's actually like in play. Like when we're in the midst of a big time drive. You know what I'm saying? Right? Crunch time. Trying to make a big play. Right? Stupid ass boy. Come on, man. I need you to lock in here, okay? You're starting to turn into Jerome Ford of the defense, in my eyes. All right? A guy that's like, why? What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on. Lock in. But it's got to be Myles Garrett. Right? I think he could have a big game this week. We'll see, though. And then, as far as my prediction goes, obviously, you guys know the drill. We haven't won in Pittsburgh since 2003 in the regular season. And I don't know if that's going to ever happen again in my lifetime. And for the purposes of this video and knowing how this offense is, I think the defense holds the Steelers at bay for a while. And then eventually the dam breaks and Aaron Rodgers starts exposing the defense because they just wear out. And I got the Steelers winning 28-17. Because we can't score over 20 points. And, eventually they're going to add another touchdown somewhere. So, with that being said, guys, probably come at the end of the game. Like, we'll be down by 4 or something, trying to drive down the field. And then something stupid's going to happen, like a fumble or something. Like, I can just see it now. They hand it off to Jerome Ford. He tries to cut upfield, but he runs to the sideline. They hit him in the right spot. Ball pops out. They scoop it up, take it to the house, and they go. That's exactly what would happen. But yeah, I got Steelers winning 28-17. Yeah. I guess on the bright side, this is the last game of the gauntlet for the Browns because after this, they got Miami, who is mid, But then you get New England, who's been playing well. After that, though, you get a bye week. New York, the Jets on the road, they suck. Baltimore, we'll see what they look like. I think Lamar will be back by then. But I mean, who else will be back? Right? How's that team going to look? Then we got the Raiders, who are eh. The Niners, who are good. Titans stink. Bears are meh. All right. The Bills are freaking like amazing. We're going to get our ass kicked by them. Pittsburgh again, and then Cincinnati. And who knows how that game's going to go. They're going to have us playing on, was it Saturday at 1 o'clock at this rate. And that's when I think Joe Burrow will be back by then, too. So, yep, that's my prediction, and we'll see what happens. So, with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go, Browns. And I'm out. Bye bye.